Hello, good. So, shall I read the sloka?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. So, Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 7th shloka. Yada yada hi dharmasya
Yada yada hi dharmasya
yada yada hi dharmasya
yada yada hi dharmasya
glanir bhavati
glanirбhavati bharata
bharata
glanirбhavati bharata
abhyudhanamadharmasya
abhyuthana dharmasya
abhyudhanam adharmasya
abhyuthanam dharmasya
tadatmanam srijamyaham
tada atmanam srijamyaham
tadatmanam srijamyaham
tada atmanam srijamyaham
tadatmanam srijamyaham.
tada atmanam
Okay, so who wants to try next?
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
Yada yada hi dharmasya
dharmasya
ग्लानिर्भवति भारतः
glanir
glanirбhavati
bharata
bharatah
अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य
abhyudhanam
abhyuthanam
adharmasya
dharmasya
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
tadatmanam
tadatmanam
srijamyaham.
srujayamaham.
Okay, Satish, you want to try?
Yeah, yada yada hi dharmasya
Yada hi dharmasya.
dharmasya. Can you make the fonts a bit?
Huh?
थोड़ा बड़ा करेगा?
Font bada karun kya?
Yeah. I'm seeing the laptop actually.
Oh, good. Are you
No,
able to
not
see now?
laptop, mobile.
Mobile. Is it big enough now?
Okay. Yada yada yeah, this is okay. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata
Hmm.
abhyuthanam adharmasya
Hmm.
tadamanam
Tadatmanam.
okay tadatmanam
Srijamyaham.
srijamyaham okay
Srijamyaham.
tadatmanam srijatmayam
Yeah.
okay.
Hmm. Okay. So let's read the synonyms. Yada yada. Whenever and wherever.
Okay.
He. Certainly. Dharmasya. Of religion. Glanihi. Discrepancies. Bhavati. Become manifested. Bharata. O descendant of Bharata. Apyuthanam. Predominance. Adharmasya. Of irreligion. Tada. At the time. Atmanam. Self. Srijami. Manifest. Aham. I. Translation. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in a religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Purport, somebody wants to read it? I'm muting myself.
Purport. The word Srijami is significant herein. Srijami cannot be used in the sense of creation, because according to the previous verse, there is no creation of the Lord's form or body, since all of the forms are eternally existent. Therefore, Srijami means that the Lord manifests himself as is. Although the Lord appears on schedule, namely at the end of the Dwapara Yuga of the 28th millennium of the 7th Manu in one day of Brahma. Can I stop here or read it? To adhere
Okay.
to such rules and
Right.
regulations,
Correct.
because he is completely free to act in many ways at his will. He therefore appears by his own will whenever there is a predominance of
Irreligion.
irreligiosity and a disappearance of true religion.
Right.
Principles of religion are laid down in the Vedas, and any discrepancy in the matter of properly executing the rules of the Vedas makes one irreligious. In the Bhagavatam, it is stated that such principles are the laws of the Lord. Only the Lord can manufacture a system of religion. The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord himself to Brahma from within his heart. Therefore, the principles of Dharma or religion are the direct orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
धर्मं तु साक्षात् भगवत् प्रणीतम्.
Pranitam. These principles are clearly indicated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. The purpose of the Vedas is to establish such principles under the order of the Supreme Lord, and the Lord directly orders at the end of the Gita that the highest principle of religion is to surrender unto Him only and nothing more. The Vedic principles push one towards complete surrender unto Him, and whenever such principles are disturbed by the demoniac, the Lord appears. From the Bhagavatam, we understand that Lord Buddha is the incarnation of Krishna who appeared when materialism was rampant and materialists were using the pretext of the authority of the Vedas. Although there are certain restrictive rules and regulations regarding animal sacrifice for particular purposes in the Vedas, people of demonic tendency still took to animal sacrifice without reference to the Vedic principles. Lord Buddha appeared in order to stop this nonsense and to establish the Vedic principles of non-violence. Therefore, each and every avatara or incarnation of the Lord has a particular mission, and they are all described in the revealed scriptures. No one should be accepted as an avatara unless he is referred to by scriptures. It is not a fact that the Lord appears only on Indian soil. He can manifest himself anywhere and everywhere and whenever he desires to appear. In each and every incarnation, he speaks about religion as under their particular some circumstances, but the mission is the same: to lead people to God consciousness and obedience to the principles of religion. Sometimes he descends personally, and sometimes he sends his bona fide representative in the form of his son or servant, or himself in some disguised form. The principles of the Bhagavad Gita were spoken to Arjuna, and for that matter to other highly elevated persons, because he was highly advanced compared to ordinary persons in other parts of the world. 2 plus 2 equals 4 is a mathematical principle that is true in the beginner's arithmetic class and in the advanced class as well. Still, there are higher and lower mathematics in all incarnations of the Lord. Therefore, the same principles are taught, but they appear to be higher and lower in varied circumstances. The higher principles of religion begin with the acceptance of the four orders and the four statuses of social life, as will be explained later. The whole purpose of the mission of incarnations is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under different circumstances.
Okay, you have any points to add?
I think I'll try to give my comments on this shloka, Bhagavad Gita 4.7, which is talking about Bhagavan's.
Niru, just a minute.
Yeah,
Niru,
please
can
go
you
ahead.
make it a little brief because
Yeah, of
I've been
course.
called for dinner. Okay.
Sure.
Right. Thank you.
We'll try
No,
to make it.
nutshell.
We will try to make it
Yes,
as simple
as
and
as
possible to understand it as soon as possible. Okay. So this shloka Bhagavad Gita 4.7 is basically coming as a confirmation and a commitment from Bhagavan. He is giving a confirmation. He is giving us a commitment that whenever, yada hi, whenever and wherever. So this could be whenever is based on a timeline. Whenever, wherever is based on a place. Yada, whenever, time based. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be now, it could be in a millennium, or it could be anytime. Wherever, it could be in the like a place of earth, like India. It could be earth, or it could be the Brahmanda, or it could be in myself, in one's body, whether it is in the form of a animate or inanimate, doesn't matter. So it is yada, whenever and wherever, anytime, any place. Okay, he certainly, definitely, he's giving a 100% commitment. It is not 99.99% commitment. No, it is 100% commitment what Bhagavan is giving to us. He says that whenever and wherever, certainly, dharmasya, of religion. We must understand the word religion. Religion means re and legion. Legion means union. Re means again. So we need to understand what is this reunion again with. So whenever there is no proper union that is happening, glanihi, because of discrepancies, glanihi, discrepancies, ability to intellectually discriminate as per the Dharma Shastras, the moment this union is lost, moment this discrepancy union is lost, bhavati, become manifested. Mane, whenever this ability of discrimination is lost properly, and then the person is not able to come in union with the supreme Parabrahman, bhavati, become manifested, glanihi, this discrepancy ability is lost, then Bhagavan is saying, Bharata, O descendant of Bharata, Abhyuthanam. When this ability is lost very predominantly, either in time, or it could be in place, or it could be time and place. When such irreligion means the person is not able to come in union with the dharma, in such kind of a state, tada, at that time, in that moment, atmanam, self, srijami, manifest, aham, I. So Bhagavan is confirming that whenever, wherever such kind of religion is not happening because of the inability to discriminate between what is dharma and what is adharma, and this becomes so dominant in that time, or in that place, or in that body entity, in such kind of a situation, at that time, aham means Bhagwan is saying, I will come Srijami. Here we must understand Srijami is not a birth. He manifests himself. This is manifestation. What is manifestation? Manifestation, it is already existing, but it comes to the knowledge, or it comes to the awareness of that particular being. It could be any being, whether that person is a religious person or he is a non-religious person, whether this person is a spiritual person or he is a non-spiritual person. He could be a theist or he could be an atheist, or this person could be in the garb of being a religious person, but he is doing all bad things, which in terms he is hurting other people. It could be his family, it could be the society, it could be the nation. But when that quantum of not being in union with the consciousness, with the supreme Parabrahman, then at that moment the Parabrahman will manifest himself and show what is the right path, or the consciousness with which one needs to work towards will be presented. This could be in the form of a birth, or it could be in the form of a death. That for that particular body, or for that particular being, it could be in the form of a death, or it could be in the form of a birth. In the form of a death, it is the death of that particular person not being in union with the universal consciousness. That is the death. He is not able to be in the union with the Parabrahman, so he is creating a death for that person. Birth, for such kind of a person who is putting an effort in this direction, but he is not able to achieve, but he is constantly striving in that particular direction, the God manifests for him in the form of birth, of doing such kind of actions towards realizing the Parabrahman. This is in brief what I have highlighted, the shloka of 4.7 of Bhagavad Gita. I stop my comment. Yeah, please go ahead. Any questions?
Uh,
No questions, Neeru.
Good.
so thanks, Niru. Very crisply and clearly told.